1995 Mitsibishi Pajero Mini. So these were only available in the Japanese market. This one was brought into the UK in 2009. It's fully UK registered with a logbook. It's on the UK plates, all that sort of stuff. You had two options. You had both with 660cc engines, petrol engines, 4 cylinders. You could get a non-turbo, and you could get this model, which was the turbo, the VRII, which was the quicker version. Start by having a look at the bodywork. If we look down this driver's side, you can see it's nice and straight going down there. It's front wing, we've got a bit of a mark here that's been sort of touched in at some point, and a little scuff there. I think it's probably all from the same sort of incident there. But this line here is the arch line. It's part of the bodywork that's meant to be there. It's just these two that are sitting on top of it. The arch itself is nice and sharp all the way around, nice and clean as it gets down the bottom where you'd think there'd be a bit of rust starting to come through, but that's all good. Got a bit of dirt there, that comes for free, ignore that. Good wheel and tyre on the front there. Got Kumho tyre on the front, Kumho on this side. We'll check them as we go around. Nice and clean coming up the pillar. There's a little bit of trim missing from this section here. It should have a little rubber strip here that comes down, but that appears to be missing from there, so that wants to be replaced. We have pressure washed it. It doesn't seem to be letting any water in or anything like that, so it's all good. It's just a cosmetic bit of trim that needs replacing. Coming down the driver's side, you can see it's nice and clean along that sill there. It's not been jacked up wrong or caught on any rocks or anything like that. All good coming down this side. You've got a little stone chip just there in the paint, but I am being quite picky with that. And then a couple of little scratches just there. Again, it is a 1995 car. Into the arch on the back, and again, nice and sharp on that lip down there. It's all good coming all the way around, no sign of any corrosion at all. Really good. Another good wheel with a matching Kumho tyre. All the glass on this side is nice and clear and clean. You've got these Mitsibishi stamped window deflectors. But again, normally these things go yellow and dry out, but this one's really nice and tidy. Coming around at the back, around the hinges, that's all nice and clean. When you open the boot door, it doesn't drop or anything like that. There's no sort of play in it. Bumper corner on this side, that's all nice and tidy. So is the tail light. It's not got any cracks or moisture or anything in it. You've got your spare wheel there with the cover. And then coming around onto this side, we've got a little mark here where it's sort of been backed into something. A little scratch just there. This tail light's also nice and bright and clean, no cracks or anything. Got your turbo badge there so everyone knows what they're messing with. Nice and clean coming up that pillar. Got a little scratch just in the lacquer just there. And then you've got the tint on the rear windows as well. Coming around on the passenger side again, if you look up that side, you can see it is nice and straight. This rear arch, again, nice and sharp all the way around. There's no sign of any corrosion in any of the usual spots. Another good wheel and matching Kumho tyre. And then along this sill, again, nice and clean and tidy. Nice and sharp on that lip. Not really any marks to note on this side that I can see. All nice and tidy all the way along there. Around the wing mirror is good. Coming up this pillar's nice. Just like I say, this piece of trim from the other side is missing. Got a little bird poo mark just here that wants polished out. Another good window deflector. And then onto the front arch. Again, you've got this plastic arch liner, but if you look alongside it and inside it, it's lovely and clean all the way around. If you get your hand right in behind it, it is sharp all the way across. And then another good wheel with matching Kumho tyres. We've got 4 Kumho tyres all round. Right tyre for the car. Little scuff just on the corner of the bumper there. Bit of dirt there, that'll come for free. And then you've got this seam here where you'd think there'd be a bit of corrosion starting back. That's lovely and clean on that side. Same on this side, nice and tidy. Got this little ram bar on the front there. Lower half of the bumper with that under tray, that's all nice and clean and tidy as well. You do have, if you can just see it, a little bit of evidence that it's had some sort of checker plate stickers here at some point. So that one's polished off. But actually the whole bonnet could do with a good polish. It's got the odd little scratch here and there. Most of them look nice and light, like they polish out. And then going along that scuttle there, all nice and clean, no sign of any corrosion. So bodywork wise, really nice and fresh. Again, a lot of these sort of Japanese imports are not as well protected as the British ones, so they can rust quite quickly. But as you can see, this one's been well cared for. Nice and tidy on that door card. You've got some scratching on the plastic piece near the windows, or the window switches, sorry. Then we've got these Sort of very JDM style seat covers. They've obviously been down a long time because the seats underneath are like brand new. They're really, really nice and tidy. As you can see, they're lovely and clean. So they've obviously done their job. Carpet set, that's all nice and clean. It's obviously had the mats down for quite a while as well because underneath there's lovely and clean and tidy. Pop the bonnet while we're here. No real wear to note on the steering wheel. It's showing 60,000 kilometers. If you check our description, we'll detail what we know about sort of service history, where it's been, all that sort of stuff. At 60,000 kilometers, there's nothing at all really. Got all your little off-road information there. Aircon, and it's got a Pioneer aftermarket head unit in there. Backs of the seats again, they've got the seat cover on, so the vinyl on the back's lovely and tidy. Rear bench is lovely and clean, isn't it? It's been used hardly at all. And again, they fold down flat to give you a nice big boot, which we'll show you in a second. Headlining's all clean and tidy. There's no sort of stains or signs of any sort of smoking or anything like that. There's no funny smells in here. It doesn't smell like it's been smoked in or had dogs or anything at all. So you've got quite a small boot normally, but again, if you pull those tabs, push the seats down, you've got a decent sized boot. All the plastics around the edge are nice and clean. It doesn't look like it's been used to lug anything around or get scratched. This panel on the back of the door, again, that's good. It's not things ramming against it while it's been driven along. Coming around up the passenger side again, nice and tidy on the door card. It's got some scratching around the window switch. Carpet set's all nice and clean. This side of the dash is good. And again, it's had these seat covers down the whole time. You can see all this, the sort of vinyl beading and stuff, all lovely and clean and tidy. No sign of any wear at all, really. And then coming around under the bonnet, so like I say, you got both of them 660 cc's, but you had the option of a turbo or a non-turbo version. This one being the preferred turbo. So under here, you can see it's lovely and clean. On the strut top's all nice and tidy, got that little intercooler on the top there. In here is really nice and clean. All the labels are nice and bright. There's no sign of any corrosion around any of the metalwork. It's been parked here for sort of half an hour or so. It's not dropping any fluid on the floor. It was driven to us. It's been with us about a week. It starts on the button. We'll fire it up there. Super quiet under there, really quiet. Nice and happy. Come around the back, there's nothing nasty flying out the back. And if we have a look in here, you've got lights on because no one's got their seatbelt on, a light on because the door's open, and a light telling you you're in park. So no warning lights, no engine management lights, anything like that. So there you have it. Mitsubishi Pajero Mini. If you've got any questions, please get in touch. Thank you.